Hello, this is Danny. I'm in the process of moving out, hence why there is very sparse, if anything, behind me. So there's not much to look at, but hey, you're not looking at the background. You're here to hear and see what I have to say. So what I'm going to talk about today is the use of editing and sound and some examples of editing and sound in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. This movie was nominated for Best Musical Score and Best Editing for the Oscars, so I think it's a good movie to focus on. If it was nominated for Oscars, I would think it would be a good movie to focus on. So let's talk about sound first. There's some examples, several examples that I think were really interesting use in the sound department. From the very beginning, the sound crew utilized the hospital, this big open hospital, to utilize this kind of natural echoey effect that kind of added to this kind of cold, impersonal, big atmosphere. Also, they heightened the use of kind of the sound of like jangling keys and nurses putting pills into little cups. That was heightened more than it would be naturally to kind of drive home these kind of metaphors of keys and pills, whatever you want these metaphors to be. Music was also a important part. A prime example that I will mention is the use of the same piece of music at the beginning of the film and at the end of the film, which was both paired with kind of these kind of wide open space shots that were pretty long shots that kind of added to this kind of bookend of the beginning and the end of the film. Let's move on to editing. There was some use of kind of point of view POV shots, especially with Randall, kind of looking outside the fence and at the fence and up to the fence and then back down to the basketball court. With Bromden, there might have been a POV shot, at least I think there was a POV shot of him looking up into the window and Nurse Ratched kind of, glaringly looking down on the basketball court. There was a use of montage with the bus scene where they go on their crazy adventure, and the kind of montage of kind of short little shots of the different things that they're doing while they're on the bus. And one of the coolest pieces of editing and most powerful pieces of editing, I think, came towards the end of the film, about 70% of the way through the film, and that is the editing of two shots. And the first one is dialogue between Randall and Bromden about how they're going to run away to Canada and everything's going to get better for them. And then the next shot is Cheswick completely knocked out on the gurney going by, and it's kind of this kind of high moment and low moment and sort of a kind of foreshadowing of what will eventually happen to Randall later in the film. Actually, very quickly after that, and then later on when things get even worse. Spoiler alert. If you haven't watched it, there's a spoiler alert. I'm sorry. So that is what I wanted to talk about a little bit with sound and editing. So I hope you all have a great summer. I know I'm going to have a great summer. See you around. Bye.